All right, cool. Hey guys, my name is Siddharth, but I go by Sid, and this is basically the first video of this, and I call it diary. It's kind of just like a checkpoint for myself, not really anyone else. I mean, if you are watching this and you're not like part of my family or anything, then hopefully you can find something to relate to in this whole video. But before I go on with what this whole diary thing is for, I just want to introduce myself first. And where I'm at right now. So it is August 2nd, 2025, 6:55 p.m. as I'm recording this. And I am 17 years old. I turn 18 in 15 days. So I'm not no little boy no more. You know what I'm saying? But I have an older sister that's doing law in college right now. I am the youngest child. I also do have a dog. His name is Milo. And he's a golden retriever Labrador mix. I'm not gonna lie, he's getting huge, bro. Like, we tried cutting down his food, but he just keeps getting bigger. I don't know why. When it comes to things I like to do, I like to play the guitar, if you couldn't tell behind me. I like going to the gym. I like hanging out with friends. I love music, and I love nature. I love going on walks. I actually have this really nice spot like near me. It's a nice spot. It's a nice creek. And for this whole diary type of thing, I have like a lot of videos planned down the line, but I'm gonna start getting into actually why I'm making this. This whole thing is solely for me to look back on in the future. So this is, like I said, a diary type of thing. It's kind of like a before and after for like a haircut, except that it's not a haircut, but it's gonna be me talking about how I want to better myself, my flaws, how I'm gonna get over those flaws and turn them into good habits, just self-improvement, and that's mentally, physically. This whole series is kind of like just all about self-improvement and becoming the best version of myself. So this isn't like the first step of my life or anything. This is kind of just the first step into me being more disciplined, I guess, or just taking initiative to get over the bad habits I have right now. Right now, I am working on an AI agency, and everything's going good. The systems and everything are well. I'm not gonna go too in depth with that, but everything's going good. We're trying to sign clients right now. It's go time. It's time to make money. But enough of that. I want to talk a little bit more about myself. I'm gonna keep this as truthful to the camera as I can. When I was a little kid, I didn't really have a dream of being like some kids from the moment they were, okay, maybe not the moment they were born, but you know what I mean. Like, let's say 5-6 years old, they tell their mom and dad that they want to be a doctor, or they want to be an engineer, or they want to be an astronaut, or they want to be a business owner, things like that. I didn't really have the luxury of knowing what I want to do. I've always been really indecisive when it came to what I want to do for my future, and ever since I've been experimenting with starting a business and managing that business, I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to run a business, a successful business, maybe multiple. I don't know. I don't want to be anyone's boss except for myself. And I know that may sound corny, that may sound cliche, but I cannot word that any better. Like, I want to be my own boss. I don't want someone to tell me when I have to wake up. I don't want someone to tell me when I have to work and how long I have to work. I want to be free from all of those restraints in a way. And you might be saying, like, Sid, like, this is like, no one wants to work a 9-to-5. It's not, unless you're like super passionate about that job, no one likes to work a 9-to-5. I mean, most of the time you're working more than you should. You're not even making enough to sustain your living expenses. And starting a business would be so easy, right? Because if it was so easy, then everyone would start one and everyone would profit off that and everyone would be rich. But that's not the case. This whole thing is a I'm cutting that out. This whole thing is a journey. The whole, the whole slope of starting a business, from the very start to when you publish the business to the aftermath of, revenue, whatnot. It's a journey, and you're gonna be experiencing a lot of ups and downs, the downs and the bad days that you may have in running that business, it makes up what you get at the end. I mean, I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say you were handed a 6-figure business. You can run it and everything. You would obviously be happy with the money, no? You would be happy with that 6-figure business because you're generating 6 figures. Well, what are you gonna do with that money? You might buy a yacht. You might buy supercars, you might buy a new house, you might even save up. After a while, what are those things worth to you? Now, let's switch on over to the process of starting a business, going through all the ups and downs, and then generating 6 figures. Stay with me now. When you go through all of those, trials and tribulations, the end result is 100 times more worth it than not going through those ups and downs. Because if there's no struggle, you're not gonna gain any satisfaction from the end result. And I know you guys heard that saying, the destination is not what matters, it's the journey. That's something I truly believe in. But I'm kind of getting off track, that's just like, I don't know. I'm not a influencer or anything, at least not yet. These videos may seem cringe to look on, but I'd honestly rather have this than nothing to look back on. And stemming back to what I said at the start, this is like a checkpoint for me. I'm actually gonna pick up my bro and we're gonna hit up some weights in 2 hours. So I'm gonna bring my tripod and I'm just gonna talk to the camera about where I want to be in the future, my goals. I'm honestly just yapping to the camera at this point. I'm not doing this for views at all. Like, I don't care if this gets 10, 20 views. I'm gonna keep it as natural and just the best true real version of myself. As you did see, a couple minutes ago, I did hit a lift, but I'm not always consistent for that matter, and that's something that I'm improving on. I want to be more consistent, whether it's on camera, off camera. I want to do it for myself. I don't want to do it for anybody else. I want to better myself for my own benefit. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I want to be able to provide back for those who are in my circle, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, my family, my friends that are really close to me, and they know who they are. Just being able to have that sense of financial freedom, I mean, what more could you ask for, honestly? Like, if you're able to provide back to those who put in sacrifices for you to get to where you are today, then there's just nothing better than that in the world. Of course, I want to have a nice supercar, maybe 2 or 3, who knows? I'm thinking like a nice BMW, maybe a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, who knows? Yeah, this is all in the future. I'm hoping right now that I'm gonna look back on this one day and I'll be like I remember like the scenario that I'm in right now. Like, I remember how I felt at this very moment, and just taking into account like how far I came. And I'm never gonna stop grinding. Every day that I'm consistent, I'm gonna just use that to fuel me and get back right on track. So this is nice, just being able to yap to the camera. I'm not even trying to imagine it's a camera. I'm trying to just imagine it as like a mirror and I'm talking to myself. That's the only way I can talk about what's on my mind. Yeah, I hope it all works out. And not even a matter of hope. Like, I'm confident it will work out. If I just stay true to my goals, stay consistent, stay disciplined, nothing can stop you, I believe. Like, it's just a matter of, are you willing to put in the work? Like I said, 1 year's all you need to change your life, and I'm willing to put that work in. So that's pretty much it for this whole checkpoint. This is the first checkpoint. I'm gonna have way more in the future.
just documenting, you know, why I'm doing all this. Just checkpoints to check in with how I'm doing. If my family sees this, I hope they aren't. But if they are, it doesn't matter. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Once again, if you're not my family, hopefully you guys found something relatable in this whole video. I'll see you guys in the next checkpoint.